Enjoy 1% merchant commission when you accept Lanka Pay cards. Contact these banks today.
ගරු නියෝජ්‍ය කතානායකතුමනි මේ සිද්ධිය සිද්ධ වෙන දවසේ අපේ හිටපු අග්‍රාමාත්‍ය මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා දූරෙන් ඉවත් වන බව දන්වලා ඊට කලින් දවසේ එතුමාට සමු දෙන්න සුබ පතන්න පිරිස් රැගෙන එන්නේ කියලා අපි ගාල්ලෙන් පිරිසක් රැගෙන ආවා. අරලියගහ මන්දිරයට ඒ පිරිස් ගියා. ඒ පිරිස් මෙතෙන්ට ආපු සාතිශය බහුතරයක් පිරිසකගේ පරම අභිලාෂය උනේ දීර්ඝ කාලයක් මේ රට සේවය කරපු අගමැතිවරයා දූරෙන් ඉවත් වන දවසේ එතුමාට සමු දීලා ගෞරවාන්විත විදිහට සමු දීමක් ලබා දෙන්න. ඒ රැස්වීම අපිත් හිටියා.
The Inspector General of Police CD Wickramaratne had instructed not to use tear gas or water cannons at the pro-government protesters when violence broke out on the 9th of May, but it was President Gotabaya Rajapaksa that insisted that the protesters marching from temple trees must stop, says SLPP MP Ramesh Pathirana. He made this statement while speaking in Parliament today. I was at the Presidential Secretariat on the morning of that day. As I entered the place, I called DIG Deshabandhu Tenakun and asked him if the protests were under control. He said that barricades were in place and that the situation was under control. I then attended a meeting with President, and during the meeting, there was a tense situation at the protest site. The President then called and asked DIG Tenakun what was wrong and if it was under control. DIG Tenakun then told the President that he had received orders from IGP Wickramaratne to not use force, tear gas or water cannons. It was then that the President snapped and said that he is the President and ordered the DIG to do anything and stop the protests from escalating. Other ministers were also present at that time, but the President gave those orders only to control the violence, and if he had not made those orders the violence would have escalated further, said Pathirana. He further added that the pro-government people had arrived only to bid farewell to former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa that day, but it was a few politicians who had instigated the violence into the well-wishers. The people who had arrived in buses had only come to wish farewell to Mahinda Rajapaksa, as there were rumours of him stepping down. About 10% of the people that arrived then got worked up and started the violence. Because of this, all the well-wishers who arrived in the buses then got involved involuntarily and were also beaten up, Pathirana mentioned. MP Pathirana also mentioned that when the government came into power, they had made a decision that peaceful protests would not be stopped, and specific demonstration sites were also encouraged so that people can voice their opinions. Everyone must remember, it was my house that was burnt down first. My parents' ancestral home was burnt down as well. That is what broke me the most. I started receiving calls from other parliamentarians who were also under attack as well. I do not hold any grudges against those who committed these heinous crimes, but I want to emphasize that I completely understand the frustrations of the people of this nation, and we are all in this together. I don't have any expectations, either from anyone or legally, but I only hope that justice will prevail and that people who committed these crimes will be brought forward someday, he concluded. For more latest news, subscribe to FTTV.